Hey, what's up, good people? Nick here, and welcome to probably the last interview we are doing, this year, 2023, as we of course the new year. So a lot of things have happened this year, especially in the smartphone industry. And I think this interview just makes sense for us to actually talk to some industry leaders and see what have they been doing in this period. Of course, a few things to expect, in the coming year, 2024. And in this interview, we're going to be talking to a very interesting rep from a very interesting smartphone brand that is Oppo. I mean, we all know Oppo has actually been very busy, this year releasing a number of interesting devices from the A series to the Reno series, which is actually my favorite. And in this interview, I'm going to be talking to Fredrique. But first, of course, I'm going to let her introduce herself. So, welcome, Fredrique, to this interview.
Thank you, Nick.
Yes.
Thank you for having me. It has been interesting, yeah. Really interesting. Yeah.
Yeah, quite interesting. So, I know, of course, I know you, but of course, probably most of our readers don't really. They probably read you when we quote you in the articles we write about. So, who is Fredrique?
I'm Fredrique Achieng.
Yes.
I am the Public Relations Manager of Oppo Kenya.
Mm-hmm.
Essentially, what I do is communicating with our audiences, with the media. I do a lot of media relations, campaign management across the board, event launches. So just manage the face of Oppo to the public.
Oh, interesting. So, manage the face of Oppo. And I think, I've really written so much about Oppo for so many years. I think since you guys came to Kenya, and of course, you guys have evolved to one of the, top, with a very, among the top market share, especially smartphone market share in this country. So, I mean, since coming to Kenya, of course, towards the end of this year, how do you think Oppo has evolved as a brand, especially in this local market?
It has been a very long journey. We first came in 2015. Came with a number of devices. We've constantly evolved over from the Renault 2F. Right now, we've just launched the Renault 10. We also introduced a few fine series devices. So it's been quite an interesting journey. We keep on learning every new things every time. And the key thing that I've realized with the Kenyan market, it's quite diverse. And it's very you can't really determine whether this is what will go, but it's very diverse, very positive in new technology. So I think those are one of the things that has really made the brand grow as much as it has grown. Yeah.
And I think, you are known as, of course, your innovations from tech. And I think, the last time when you guys took us to China to visit your plant, we saw some quite interesting technology, and actually it was really surprising to see how a phone is made from just point X to the package to just everything. So based on that, how would you describe, for example, some of the tech advancement that we've seen actually Oppo, implement in some of its devices?
So our advancement, we normally highly place them on user needs, user requirements. And I'd give an example for like the Renault series. Renault series has always been known as the camera phone. And the thing is, by the time we are bringing such a device into the Kenyan market, the Kenyan market technically is more like a very young market. So this is a market that would easily pick up a phone that I don't have to walk around with that big camera, big things. So captures me the best way that I can. I can also use it as a laptop. So it's a daily driver. So user needs, and also a lot of R&D in terms of capabilities of the phone, temperature testing. So it's a lot of things that we do. Yeah.
I'm currently using actually the Oppo Find N3 as my daily driver for the last 2 weeks. And one thing I've noticed is, of course, the camera capability, which is actually something that Oppo really pushes with its smartphone. So you really, you are claimed for your camera tech that, and every year we keep seeing you advancing new tech, camera tech and all that. And of course, I know there are probably a number of interesting devices coming up, in the coming year. What kind of smartphone photography tech maybe should we expect, should consumer expect to see in future Oppo devices?
I would say it's just a new level, picking a new ceiling in terms of what we can be able to offer. Because just like I said before, we have a lot of content creators are coming up. And it's not every content creator will be able to afford that big camera, that one that has proper capabilities and everything. So these are the things that we are trying to also give to our users in terms of if Reno, for example, Reno 10 would be able to take excellent photos in telephoto. Maybe the next one will be telephoto times 10, something like that. Please don't quote me. Something like that. So these are things that we keep on trying to evolve, learn from what we receive from our users, and keep on growing.
Right. And actually, it's just still on users, what kind of feedback do you get from consumers? Because we've seen you running a lot of interesting photography campaigns, especially around the Renault devices. So what kind of feedback are you getting from users, especially from the camera capabilities of Oppo devices?
We are getting on both ends very positive, and also users asking us to like do more, do better.
Which of course is something you'll expect from a user. I always
yes, for more, it's nothing is ever perfect. So it's really good feedback, really good pickup, and we hope to continue delivering for our users, even with the future devices that are coming in.
Right, interesting. Of course, I spoke about the Renault devices, and it's actually one of my favorite series from Oppo. And I think I've used all the devices in this series since the first Renault to now the Renault 10. I'm hoping to see probably other Renaults in the near future, which again I'm hoping to interact with. And of course, usually in our circles, as tech reviewers, as people interact with this product, we always, describe it as one of the best devices to ever come from Oppo as a company.
Yeah.
Yeah. And also, we've seen, for example, when you guys launched the Renault 8, then you saw the 8T, and my assumption was this was all based on the feedback you got from users. And I think you made so much crazy sales from the Renault 8.
Yes.
And you felt like, okay, maybe we need to entice the consumer more. I'm just curious, what is the sweet spot on the Renault devices? Why do you think those devices really sell in the local market?
I would say it's a daily driver, a very good daily driver. You need a device that works just as good as your tablet or laptop. Renault gives it to you. You need a device that will make you look trendy, look nice in front of your corporate peeps. Renault does it for you. You need a device that will cater to your needs from morning up to evening. Renault caters it to you. So I would say it's a device, especially in the Kenyan market, that we've really hit the spot in it. And even for the other devices like the A series, the A series also caters to also a particular group of our users, and also for the find-in. So I would say that for each and every of our device range, we are looking for ways to always cater for each user in each bracket. Let me say a bracket. Yeah.
Okay. Because I think the user, users have different, for example, needs. There are some will be open, for example, to spending more than 100K on a flip, on the find-in flip. There are some will be open to spending 60 on the Renault, and then of course there's other for the SEs who have a different maybe need. Of course, again, it all comes to the budget. I think that's where now Oppo managed to work. Like you have devices, for each specific segment.
Yes. Yes.
And just on that, what kind of trends do you see, especially in the smartphone market, that are you closely monitoring to really ensure you entice the consumer more, even as we head to the new year?
Yeah, the key things that we are seeing from our users is one, the users want again a device that's a very good daily driver. Depending on the price range, users need a device that is easy to work with, and also just being, how would I say it, being in the know of everything. So these are things that we are always looking into delivering for our customers across each device variable that we have.
All right.
Yeah.
So that means, of course, we expect to see a lot of other 5G devices coming up in the coming year.
Yes. Actually, for the Renault 10, Renault 10, both the Renault 10 and Renault 10 Pro were both 5G. So also as we move into the next year, because 5G technology is also picking up. So this is something we also try and cater to our users as we move on. That we are not just focusing on 4G devices, but also 5G, and we keep on moving and developing.
All right, because I think we've seen a lot of course telcos, Safaricom, Airtel, investing so much in 5G, and of course it would make sense, of course, for now, as smartphone manufacturers to actually go that same, we support them with of course, just launching affordable 5G devices. Because one of the things that we've seen happening, and I remember even when Safaricom first rolled out 5G, and I had an interview with the Airtel CEO as well. And they're talking about how, of course, the high price of 5G devices was hindering, of course, the adoption of 5G. And I think that's why they have very small 5G devices within their network. But I think when towards the year kept going on, we saw, of course, companies like Oppo now launching affordable 5G devices.
Yes.
Yeah, and I think when you say, for example, Safaricom releasing their results recently, those numbers had gone up. So they have a higher 5G, higher number of 5G devices within their network, which is something very interesting. So of course, we look forward to seeing what happens next year, and of course, looking forward to interviewing those 5G devices.
5G devices, yes.
Oppo as well. Let me just as we almost come to an end. Of course, the market is really competitive. Of course, there's other competition. There's brands offering, for example, smartphone X and all that. How is Oppo actually navigating this trend to ensure it maintains that competitive edge? In the market.
In the market.
Yeah.
So I would say at the core of everything of our operations, our users. Being able to cater to each and every of our user in terms of device use, customer feedback, after sales services, even purchasing options, because we've realized that despite the fact that there are more and more devices coming in, it's not every person would always run for that device. You maybe want an older generation of the same device range. So these are things that we are looking into to be able to just offer for each of our users, we offer them a platform for them to be able to get a device. Yes.
So that's like device financing kind of plan?
Yes. At the moment right now, we are working with device re-commerce. That's trading options. And we're working with Badili Africa. In regards to payment in installments options, we are in the process of working through it to be able to get a partner for that. But also, if you visit any of our customer service shops, you'll be shown a plan for you to be able to pay in installments for any device range that you need.
Oh, interesting. Yes. The trading option. How is it like? How are the not really numbers like? Are you getting so many customers trading their devices for newer devices?
Yes. We are. We are getting a good number. When we first launched, it wasn't that big, but the numbers are picking slowly by slowly.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah.
Right. Thanks, Fredrique. So just as of course the year has ended. Of course, okay, not ended really. We have like 2 weeks to go. But what has been your highlight of course this year, especially when it comes to the devices you brought to the market? You come to, of course, interacting with your customers and everything. What are some of the key highlights of this year?
Biggest highlights is the ability for the Kenyan market to adopt to each and every device that we bring. That's the biggest highlight. Because when we launched the 8T earlier in the year, we didn't expect the numbers that we got, and the numbers were quite astronomical.
I think you guys ran out of stock at some point.
Yes. So that's a very key highlight for us. And the other thing is just the fact that users Kenyan users are asking and demanding for something extra, something new. So that's another highlight. And just also introduction of new products, because if you noticed, this year we launched the 8T, we launched the Oppo Pad, the tablet. We also launched the Find N2 Flip. We finished with the launch of the Renault 10 and the A series. So we're also just, purely because the Kenyan market is quite demanding, we're also opening up our device offering so that we just don't focus on one range of Oppo devices.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, just as you talk about what to expect in 2024, is this something you're also looking to go big into as we move forward?
Yes, this is something we're looking into getting bigger and bigger and offering more variety for our users.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, thanks, Fredrique. Maybe just lastly, as we end up, anything else you want to share about, of course, your vision, of course, and upcoming initiatives as we, of course, head to the new year?
One, I would like to thank Tech Trends for constantly working with us. It's not an easy journey, but we are constantly improving our ways. And the other thing, to our users, I would say we are looking into offering better devices,
Mm-hmm.
better services, and just a beautiful spot so they can watch this spot. We are coming big.
Thank you so much, Fredrique. Thank you for hosting us, in your offices. Of course, we look forward to actually working more together in the coming year. And of course, talking about, of course, the new initiatives that Oppo is working on, of course, new products. I know you have so much in the pipeline, which of course, okay, there's still noise, a little info about it, but of course, we look forward to actually seeing what you guys are going to bring in the Kenyan market. Of course, hoping to also see the flips coming into the Kenyan market. Of course, to see how the new Apples are going to be seeing, of course, with the new Reno series of devices, the new A series devices, of course, and a lot of other, of course, maybe the tablets also be coming as well, and maybe any other accessories that you plan to launch in the Kenyan market in the coming year. So thank you so much for hosting us.
Thank you so much, Nick.
All right, thank you so much, guys. And of course, expect, as I said, this was the last interview you're doing this year because we only have like 2 weeks to the end of the year.
Yeah.
So thank you so much, everyone, for watching. Of course, supporting us this year. Next year, we're gonna be, of course, having more interviews with Fredrique and of course talking about other devices and of course every other plan that Oppo has lined up for this local market. Thank you so much for watching. My name is Nick, and I'll see you in the next episode.